Where's TK today?
Welcome to our 2-year adventure across the United States. In our 2001 F-250, keeping our adventure and our truck alive on a budget. We are Tom and Karen, and this is the Curious Compass.
We are snowed in, but we're in Ironton Park, near Ironton Park. It's an old mining town, I guess, so we're near Ironton town site as well.
Yeah, we're outside of Ouray, Colorado, the Switzerland of Colorado, they say. And we wanted to come up and see it in the snow. We just didn't figure this much snow.
So we got a cozy little afternoon or day, I guess, in
Yeah.
the camper. So Clint, thank you for leaving some of your teas. I'm enjoying an Irish Bailey tea at the moment.
Yep, but that will be week 28,
I don't remember.
and this is week 26.
Okay, that makes sense.
We had been to New Mexico and we talked to this cool old Indian guy who cooked us up some fry bread. He had mentioned the Gathering of Nations, a huge powwow in Albuquerque, New Mexico for 43 years.
Yes, and this was going to be their last one.
This was going to be the last dance.
The last dance, they named it, yeah.
So we put it in the calendar thinking, if we're in the area, why not? And we were in Colorado and we thought,
Why not?
It's 6 hours away, we'll take 2 weeks to mosey our way down there. So that's why we headed down south again to areas that we had kind of already been.
Yeah, and honestly, it's warmer too. So yeah, I'm not going to complain about that.
The first place we went was the Rio Grande Overlook.
Yes.
The Rio Grande, apparently there's a few of them, and this one was in New Mexico. And it was quite gorgeous. Very nice little boondocking area, no services, right on the edge of the cliff.
Yep, well used. There was quite a few other people there as well. And a beautiful view where we ended up parking. I had a couple of reservations and said a few times, hey, sure we're good? Yeah.
With the wind and whatnot, with it whipping up. And yeah, she was a little anxious. Well worth it. We did do some hikes. We walked down to the river.
Mm-hmm.
We went over to the hot tubs.
Yeah, a lot of sheep. We saw a lot of greenhorn sheep.
Yep.
One came to visit us one morning.
That's right. Came right through our camp. We also saw some Canadian geese. You imagine that? More Canadian geese.
Canada geese everywhere. Whole pile of goslings, and they're so yellow and fluffy and
On our way down to Albuquerque, we did stop by that church.
and I'm going to slaughter the name as usual, but it was the Santuario De Chimayó. It was built in 1813, between 1813 and 1816, by a gentleman by the name of Don Bernardo Abieto, I believe. And it's a National Historic Landmark now, and it's known for its placito, basically a little pit in the ground of dirt that is holy dirt. And as the legend goes, this gentleman who built the church saw a light in the hills, and when he went to investigate, he found a cross in the ground, in the dirt, and he took it to a nearby church, and then it kept reappearing 3 times in that plot in the ground.
Wow.
So they decided, I guess somebody's trying to tell us something, so they built the whole shrine there around that plot of land. It's now a pilgrimage for 300,000 people annually of the Holy Week, which I believe is the week before Christmas.
After that, we did go to the state capital of New Mexico.
Yeah.
Every once in a while, we forget that there's actually state capitals, that we're trying to hit all of them in every state, because they do offer some history and they offer some really...
And it was very different from all the other ones I think that we've seen. It didn't have a dome, and it was round. It was the only circular, I think, state capitol. And I thought it was very minimalist.
And I don't know, maybe it was because it was out of session. The House and the Senate were both out of session, so there weren't anybody in there, and we were just able to wander the area freely.
Yeah.
There was very few people in there. I think there's more tourists than there were.
Yeah, sure enough. It was nice though. It was very pretty. I liked the natural colors that they used, and it definitely was not ornate.
Yeah.
It's pretty.
Do
Yes.
you remember what it's called?
I thought it was just called the Oldest Pueblo.
While we were in Santa Fe, New Mexico, we stopped by the Oldest Pueblo. Really wasn't that spectacular. I mean,
It was
heavy, thick
tiny.
walls, small little place in the middle of a big city. So this was the oldest home, Pueblo.
The oldest, yeah.
Not just a building or
A barn or a well or whatever.
We did stay the night at
Tastes okay.
Tesoque Casino. Free parking. You just have to register. You get a little tag you put in your window. They tell you up to 3 nights. There were quite a few other boondockers there in the parking lot as well. It is nice to find these establishments that will offer you up free parking, to break up your drive.
100%.
The nice thing about the casino parking lot, it was close to Bandelier National Park.
Yeah, that was a really nice park. I like that one.
The Bandelier National Monument is a sprawling 43,000 acre preservation in New Mexico. It protects some ancestral homes and cultural landscapes of the Puebloan people.
Hello. I don't think those rocks are natural. Sure. But I gotta stay the trail.
It was established in 1916. The site is famous for its unique caverns and small rooms carved directly into the soft volcanic tuff cliffs of Fajejo?
I don't know.
Frijilo. It's like fajitos? No.
Fajitos? Yes.
Yeah.
Have we just slaughtered that enough?
Oh yeah, we'll cut all that out. Community flourished between 1150 and 1550 AD, building multiple story masonry villages on the canyon floor and utilizing mesa tops for farming. By the mid-16th century, the shift in the climate and the resources led to the inhabitants migrating to Rio Grande Valley. Some of the interesting hikes in the area is the 140-foot hike with 3 or 4 separate wooden ladders to get to the alcove house.
So here's the big gates they close. Bam. So you can't climb up it. But here's something interesting. They brought bolts that were too long. So they had to put spacers in here to clamp onto these posts. They didn't have enough. Better than hiking all the way back and get the right size bolts. Innovation. I'm not sure how strong it is, but innovation.
Yeah, definitely recommend that. I mean, it's not easy, and if you're afraid of heights or if you can't do stairs or ladders, I wouldn't do it. But yeah, that was really cool.
Yeah, and it's right on the cliff, and so you have very little safety protocols as you're climbing up it.
Yeah, fair.
But if you just put your head down and concentrate, 3 points of purchase at each time, you can get right through it. It is about a mile from the visitor center. There are smaller wooden ladders that you can climb in other areas to access some of the housing. Mm-hmm. It's very beautiful. It's very interesting to see how they lived, and what were the big round things called?
The kivas?
Yes, they have a very large kiva with housing all around it that they've protected over the years. It's very 5 stars. Definitely would recommend going to it.
I agree. They've done a great job preserving and restoring.
Yes.
And allowing access to.
Yeah, absolutely.
From there, we went to Los Alamos to the Bradbury Science Museum.
The Bradbury Museum is very interesting because it's like the forward face of the Los Alamos labs. And they have history back from World War II, where they were working on the atomic bomb, to scientific discovery and supercomputing. They have the very first Cray 1 supercomputer there, and it's very interesting because I always thought it was, you know, a highly refined piece of machinery. But when you look at the back of it, it's just a jumble of wires, all the same color. I don't know how they ever worked on that thing, but they do have the little boy and the fat boy full-size replicas of it. It's a free museum. It's definitely worth it. I think we spent a good hour there. That night we stayed at Charm in the City.
Charm in the City.
We chose that location because it was the closest to Gathering of the Nations. As we circle back to Gathering of the Nations, the Gathering of Nations was a historic end of a long-running 43 years of tribes coming to New Mexico and Albuquerque. It started at a college there of just a small amount of Native American students that would get together and reinforce their natural native heritage. It just grew and grew from there to where this last one, they estimated 100,000 people showed up for the 2-day event, where they had everything from horseback riding, the parade. As North America's largest indigenous gathering, this event at the New Mexico Expo brought together thousands of dancers, singers, and artisans from over 750 tribes across the US and Canada. The highlights included the iconic Grand Entry ceremonies, the Horse and Riders Regalia Parade, and the extensive Indian Trader Market. Organizers cited long-term planning and coordination challenges as the reason for closing this chapter, making 2026 the last.
Representing the Navajo Nation. Like a good cowboy, he got up.
In the arena, they had the drum circle. It was incredibly busy. I was amazed how long the lines were for the native food.
So many people.
Yeah.
That was probably one of the busiest festivals. I use that loosely because I know it was more important than just a festival. But an event like that, it was the busiest I think I've ever been to. I appreciate that we went, and I wish that we had a guide to tell me what I was looking at a lot of the time, because it was beautiful, and I could feel the energy and the connection that everybody had, but I didn't always understand what was going on.
These are the true Americans. These are the people who have been here since time immemorial. It's just interesting to see their culture, to see their dances, to hear their drum circles.
The drum circle I found very powerful. I'm glad we went in to sit into the arena to experience that. Again, it's not for us, and you kind of feel like, well, you are an outsider. I mean, you're an outsider watching in, but still you could feel the connection and the presence. And to be honest, I felt like it was amazing, and feeling that energy, but it also left me feeling a little homesick, because everybody have that connection with the people that are close to them, and we are our people close to us at the moment, like our family and our friends. We haven't seen in a while, so yeah, it made me a little homesick. I've been surprised about many facts, and one is the amount of individual tribes. There are 573 recognized tribes in the US, and 630 recognized governments and bands recognized in Canada, and another 68 distinct peoples recognized in Mexico.
Yeah, it's wild, absolutely wild. And that was it for week 26.
Exactly, but I will just give you a little shout out. Mom, look, we're wearing our sweaters. And they fit perfectly, and thank you very much for making them for us.
And they're very cozy, especially on such a cool day as today. That's week 26. Follow along, and we'll see you out there. Nope. Happy trails.
We'll see you out there.